all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
First run of the game here for Dameon Pierce. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Fields on third down. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Fielded just inside the 20. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Now it's Herbert. And his throw here is incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Herbert on third down now. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. Back deep, Tariq Cohen. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Texans will take over. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on the go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Good play. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. The offense as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
On 2nd down and 4. Herbert. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. That is a sack.
That was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense. They kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. it didn't exist.
Williams, the man in motion left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field and unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Now Fields. He's got Jordan complete right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Devin Lloyd with a pick, and the Texans will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
That's into the hands of Eckler. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes it's just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
Let's go.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Call it a gain of 5 that time. And they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Desmond King making the tackle. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that can bring him down in the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge.
He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. The extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner, and with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You called that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. 13 yards remaining on 2nd down. And they'll send the slot in motion left. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And this is caught by Williams. And they move this all the way down to the 9. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Here's Taylor. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The quick slant caught. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he had a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Now they send a man in motion right. On 4th down, Herbert. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They wanted to throw for it. A surprise does not work on 4th and goal from the 1. And as Texans defense comes up with a goal line stand. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Fields. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner, forget starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Back to throw here, Herbert. The ball comes out.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's in to take it in the other way and try to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are. And now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. Now Herbert following the turnover. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Open man is Jordan, the tight end. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Swings this out here for Cohen. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That one a first down pickup of 8. On play action, Fields. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. 2nd and 9.
Here's Fields.
And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Fields now to throw. Looking for Hopkins, and he's got him on the crossing route.
The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Fields on 1st down. He's got his man. That's Woods on the out route.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Derwin James with a pick.
And the Texans are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
They were so close, that close to their first points in the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
He'll buy some time right.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long and way out, and it'll be 3rd down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Herbert. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
On first down, Fields.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away.
This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And all the way to the opposite 48.
97 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Christian Kirksey. The O-line can't stop him, and he gets the sack.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack.
Herbert, he'll dump this off to Taylor, complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
That one from me there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And able to haul it in is Kittle.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
First and 10, Taylor now.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now third and 4. Certainly doesn't look so bad.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Down to the 25. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a fourth down. The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. Made his first. This now from 42 yards out. And his kick here is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3.
So the lead extended. I think at this point you say, hey, defense, take us to the end.
Well, if I got some good music to put to that, I could have a good country hit. I like the way you expressed yourself there. I think the offense has done enough so far. But like you say, if your defense is only giving them 3 points, makes it a lot easier to settle for field goals on this side of the ball.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're in a 13-3 hole here now as they come up on first down. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Fields. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
Back to throw, Fields.
Flush to his right. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Able to pick up a dozen yards there on the scramble, but not enough. 4th down.
It is certainly becoming rarer by the year to see your franchise guy take a hit like that. The defender couldn't believe he had a shot to light him up. So when you take off and run, you have to make sure you can slide, get out of bounds, anything. Just don't leave yourself open.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Anthony Brown.
And the Chargers are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either.
He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
From the gun, here's Fields.
And my goodness, another interception. Derwin James with a pick.
And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is
blitz coming, and down he goes.
Christian Harris, his 2nd sack of the night.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd down and 12. Herbert. And it's caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
Taylor will take this into the end zone for a Charger touchdown.
They go I formation. Fullback leads the way for the touchdown. Sort of a lost art, isn't it?
It really is, but sometimes when you're able to bring it back and use it against other teams, they're not prepared for it. They haven't seen it in a while, and now you gain an advantage, and we just saw that advantage result in a touchdown.
Point after, up and good. And the lead is now 24. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here in this fourth quarter.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's second down.
Here's Fields.
They got a man over the middle. It's Woods.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
From the 38, Fields
escaping the pressure right. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down.
Fields. Quick slant here to Woods. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Throwing again on second down. Fields.
They find some open field here.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 25-yard line. On first down, it's Fields. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Throwing again is Fields.
He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Fourth down. Fields has to have this one.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Justin Fields.
25 yards.
And the Texans are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Fields trying to throw for it.
He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
Taking it about the 1. And not a good return at all. Down inside the 10, all the way back at the 7. The Charger drive about to get going. This game was really a tussle, seemed like just a moment ago, and now they've got the momentum. A couple of scores on their last pair of drives, and a 2-score lead. I think here now you go conservative, right? Run the football, work the clock.
You know, I usually agree with you, but I'm going after.
He's got a man, complete. He's at the 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, L.A. A big play there. His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Chargers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Fields. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Woods. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down. Fake, now Fields to throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Amari Barno, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. To try again after the sack. Fields got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now Fields. That keeps their Schlen hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. From the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
Yeah, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Chargers, the win gets them a step closer to 500 at 5-6. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Minnesota Vikings.
Meanwhile, for the Texans, it's a loss that could hurt them come playoff seeding time as they drop to 8-3. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers.